Hey, all you coin collectors out there. Welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. It's going to take me a little second to get this all set up right, but as soon as we do, we'll start talking about these United Kingdom mint set tokens. And they are an interesting, I was going to say an interesting coin, but they're not coins at all. They're simply these tokens that come with United Kingdom mint sets. And um, as many of you know, some of the older mint sets, they started in 1970. So let's take a look at that 1970 mint set so you'll know what we're talking about. So in 1970, the United Kingdom Royal Mint put out this packet, and it says coinage of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. You see it says LSD on the top. Um, it's the pound, and this is before they changed over to the um, decimalization of the pound, of course. And so in 1970, they came out with the first one, and it came in a set that looked like this. And as you can see, right at the very top of the set, so this was what was inside of that package. There's the token, and then of course there is uh, all the old money. And we'll take a look at the back. There's, of course, the 3 pence and the half penny and everything. Let's flip it over and you'll be able to see this is the back side of that mint coin. And then there's, of course, there's the 2 shillings. There's the half crown, the 6 pence, the 1 shilling, the 1 shilling. And this is, of course, the two 1 shillings are because they had the English shield reverse and the Scottish shield reverse, the lion standing and the lions lying down. And then, of course, we have the 1 penny, the big 1 penny, the last of them, the 1970. It wasn't a circulating 1 penny, but it came in this set. And then the 3 pence, and this again the 1970, and the half penny. So in 1970, they came out with these mint sets in which they put these mint set tokens. And these mint set tokens of this shape and size came out from 1970 until 1999. So let's take a really in-depth look at this token. So if we look on this token, we see that it has a crown at the top, and some of you may find this crown to be familiar um, from the half pence or some of the other coins. Now that particular crown is the former crown of the Prince of Wales. Now the Prince of Wales has a different crown now. The current Prince of Wales, Prince Charles, has a different crown design, but this was the uh, crown on the that the Prince of Wales had before Prince Charles. And then at the bottom it says Elizabeth R. 1970, of course, Elizabeth Regina or Queen Elizabeth 1970. You see that this is a rectangular token with rounded corners. And if we look at the corners, they're rounded. It weighs 9.62 grams, it's 2 millimeters in thickness, and um, it is made of bronze. Now, if we flip it over, just like the pennies and half pennies, if we flip it over, we see that there is a bunch of stuff on this side too. Now, way up in the left-hand corner, we see the Royal Mint. And this is the, of course, the Tower Mint, not the current Royal Mint. And then on this side, we see the Tower Mint. On this side, we see the Tudor Rose for the family of the British royalty. And then here in the center, we have a crown, and this is the Imperial State Crown. And underneath that crown, we have the shield of the House of Windsor, or the royal arms of the House of Windsor. And again, you can see that's the one that has the 3 lions lying down, the lion, or supon, the lion standing up, or rampant of Scotland. So England, Scotland, England, and of course Northern Ireland here. And then way down at the bottom, we see that it says Royal Mint in the scroll. These coins, this particular one in 1970, they made 750,000 of these. So the way you can tell how many they made in the earlier years um, is to look at how many they actually mint sets they made. So this is a 1970. You see here's a 1971. Now, something interesting between the 1970 and the 1971, and that is, of course, that between 1970 and 1971, they went full on to decimalization of the British coins. So while these two tokens are exactly the same, if we look at the 19, remember we looked at the 1970 coins, and of course that's the old pound sterling coins. And then if we look at the 19 the coins after that, we see that the coins after that are, of course, the new decimalization coins. So if we look at these ones, we see that there's the 10 pence and the 5 new pence, of course, the 50 new pence, the 1 new penny, the 2 new penny, and the half new penny. So from 1971 on, even though the tokens were the same, and here's a 73, a 72, a 76, even though the tokens were the same, we had switched over to decimalization. So these two tokens are the same, but the coins in the coin sets were quite different. Now, one of the things they did, however, was stop putting these coins in the regular coin sets. And so you'll see if you get these kind of this kind of coin set, um, they stopped putting them in these coin sets and they only put them in the expensive mint sets. And that's what we have here. And we have one of the red leather or simulated leather mint sets. Um, and if we look in the simulated leather mint set, we see that it has, of course, this is a 1993. So let's see if we can get that tipped up so you can actually see it. And it's a little darker. So the later coins were only put in these expensive mint sets, the later tokens, and they are quite a bit darker than the earlier tokens. Of course, this is again the 1993. By then, we had upped to the 20 new pence, and we will look. You can look for as long as you want, and you won't see the half pence anymore. And then, of course, by 1993, we had the £1 coins also. So these tokens are great. They're interesting. Um, are they of any value or are they expensive? And that's unfortunately the answer is not really. You can get them for between $2 and $10, including shipping, on eBay or on the internet. And in fact, I looked and they had a full set for about $30. So you could get 1970 through 1999 tokens for about $30 on the internet, $30 US for the whole 30 of them. From 1970 to 1999, that's 30 years. You can get them all for about $30 plus dollars. So there we have it. It's a really nice token, and they're good to have, and they're kind of fun. And if you're like me, you may be sitting and looking through some of your coins because you've got a little bit more free time. Because some of us right now are not going out much with the coronavirus. So look through your coins, see if you find any of these tokens. The tokens are great and they're nice to have, but you're not going to get rich on them and you're not going to be able to sell them for too much. All right, that's all we have today from DC CoinWorld International Coin Channel. Thanks for joining us for another of our live sessions. And I know it's a little disjoint when we get on live, but we like to do it, and we've been getting some pretty good feedback about it. Whatever your feedback, please put it in so we can see it. If you like it, give us the thumbs up, and if you don't like it, give us the thumbs down. And we always ask, if you give us a thumbs down, give us a comment. Tell us why you don't like it so maybe we can fix that. All right, have a great day.